Welcome back to Mizzou Arena. Will Palaszczuk and Matt Michaels here with you as KTGR is continuing coverage of the Missouri Tigers. Has the Tigers winning 68-47 over Alabama to get back to the 500 mark in conference play. Matt, it's a little bit different. It was nice.
It was nice, and it was different than what I think we've seen from the Tigers this season. It was really defensive pressure. I'll look at the final sheet here, but in the second half, let's see, field goals for Alabama. Oh, yeah, they only hit 4 of 23 from the field in the second half for Bama. That just speaks to Mizzou playing well on defense, and they were able to close out like they weren't able to close out at Memorial Gymnasium the other night at Vanderbilt. This game, they showed a renewed defensive intensity, and I thought this is more the way that Missouri can win games in this league by ratcheting up the pressure on defense.
24 points for Jabari Brown to lead the Tigers in scoring, matching a career high for him. It seems to me that he has become Missouri's most premier offensive option.
Well, when he's on, he's really good. He can shoot it from anywhere on the floor, and when he gets hot, he is not afraid to take shots. He found himself in fortuitous positions tonight. He found himself with a couple of open threes early on, and then teams started to close on him. Then he started to kind of muck it up and get in the middle there. I was actually really impressed with how Jonathan Williams III performed in this game. He was 1 point shy of a double-double, 14 rebounds, and 9 points to end the game, and he showed a little bit more offensive flair. This is something that I had been waiting on to see from him, and as a freshman, he's only going to get better, you would assume. And as long as he's getting his rebounds, double digits there, you can't complain about anything he does on the offensive end. It's almost gravy, but I think that those 9 points were a solid 9 points here in this one.
Missouri with more than almost half of its points in the lane, 32 of its 68 inside the painted area. They struggled from that area against Vanderbilt, Matt, and it seems to me that there was a more concerted effort to at least, throw it down there and take it more forcefully.
Yeah, and we saw it from the first part of the game. Ryan Rosberg made a couple of steps to the lane, drove and dunked the ball to cap a 7-0 run to start the contest here. I don't think we'd seen that all season out of Rosberg, and the post players for Mizzou showed a little bit more grit inside, and we saw some of the guards, we know that Jordan Clarkson can get there, but like you said, what we saw today from Jabari Brown I think was a little bit eye-opening, and now teams have to look at that. The big three still each got at least 10 points apiece, 24 for Brown, 16 for Jordan Clarkson, who had a really good second half, and then 12 points for Ernest Ross to end everything. So those three are still the big three, but the way they did it, I think, looked different than in some of the games where they had struggled this season.
You mentioned Clarkson's line, 12 of the points basically for him coming in the second half after having to sit the final 12 minutes of the first half with foul trouble. The Tigers go Tuesday to LSU, and the competition ramps up for them, at least inside the paint, because this LSU line is going to be one of the tallest that they've seen all season long, in or out of conference.
Yeah, Frank Haith said it's going to be one of the tallest teams up front that Missouri has seen all year long, and one of the tallest in the league. So you have to show that strength inside. You really have to get those rebounds. As long as you can out-rebound LSU, I think you have a shot if you're Mizzou in that game to come away with the win. And, it just really feels like this team could use this road win for big-time momentum early on in the season. We'll see if they're able to get it, because now at 2-2, there's a big bunch of teams in the middle of the SEC right now. If Mizzou can pull away, they can still salvage what they want out of this season. It looked a little bit bleak after that Vandy game, but they seem to be on the right trajectory. This is more what I thought we'd see from the Tigers in league play.
Tigers win 68-47 over Alabama. They played Tuesday night against LSU, and before they turn the lights out on us like they did at the Cotton Bowl,
yeah, they already did.
Apparently we'll head out, and that's our cue to leave. Tuesday night, the Tigers take on LSU. Pre-game coverage 5:30 on KTGR. You'll be able to hear that there, and also hear us on Mizzou Monday morning at 8 a.m. on ESPN 100.5 and 103.1 KTGR, and online at ktgr.com.